Alrighty, boys and girls, well, now we have Bitcoin at 57k bouncing again from the lows. So previously we had a channel here, but now it's more of a downward sloping channel, and now it's bouncing back up. Is this the actual pump, or are we gonna see more downside from here? Well, we're gonna look into some data now and see what's going on with the market, who is buying, who is pushing the price up here, and we're gonna be looking at our meme coins and crypto coins and what should we be doing right now. So we know for you know what to do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So once again, guys, we do have another pump, or a very good pump here on Bitcoin, guys. From that wick here up here, it's a 16%. So this comes to show that there is a lot of strength on Bitcoin, and there are some people that are doing this, right? This chart here, it's not completely fugazi, but it's actually people buying and selling. And what's happened is, as usual, guys, so I've seen this tweet, and this is something I've been saying over and over and over. Now I'm seeing people talking about it, right? So every time the crowd worries about Bitcoin falling to 40k or 45k level, crypto markets quickly bounce up. So you see it here really shown with the volume here. Whenever Bitcoin goes down here, we see a big spike in volume, big spike in volume, big spike in volume each time around the lows. And this is something that is shocking really to see, that since we've had that Bitcoin ETF, people completely disregarded it, or at least we had that major pump, and then here in this chop, people completely forgot about it, and they just only look at red candles and they freak out when there are red candles. And what happened when we do have red candles, right? So smart money understands, look, we have something that never happened before, which is Bitcoin ETF. Now we have ETH ETF as well, and they understand that. And that's what I've been actually thinking about. I was like, we have a Bitcoin ETF and people are calling for 40k. That must be really wrong, right? And now we're seeing this playing out now, right? Like people are actually going on chain and looking at things, right? And what's going on when we have those major dips. And you see, whenever Bitcoin dumps, we have big spikes in volume, big spikes in volume. And you know who's buying, guys? It's long-term holders. Now we do have also this on-chain chart. This is the green line is the Bitcoin price, and the orange line is basically holders or wallets are holding Bitcoin more than between 10 to 1,000 Bitcoin per wallet, which is a lot of money, right? And you see that there was a huge spike when there was this major dip, which makes sense to me. And I'm pretty sure now you are a regular now in the market, if you're still watching crypto YouTube right now, and you understand this, right? And you don't understand why people are freaking out, but you can see now that smart money is buying, right? And we are buying with that smart money. We got into the dip like when that happened. And you see as well here, there are a lot of now this on-chain chart coming left and right on Twitter, people looking at that, right? So there was a massive spike of permanent holders, like the blue chart, permanent holders buying Bitcoin, because that's a pretty massive dip that we've seen, especially after the massive announcement like the Bitcoin ETF, right? So this was announced here, and you can see that we almost got into it, which is very kind of simulation freaky kind of stuff, right? Look, we actually tapped it, right, with previous high. This was also the January high, so this is the first month of the year, so usually it's a very important month, right? And you see that spike up, we also tapped it straight there. This is the spot chart on Coinbase, and you see we really went into it, like tapped it to the exact dollar amount, and we seen a bounce. Now talking about simulation and all that, but you see that there are very strong believers in what we're doing here, right? And especially when it comes to Bitcoin, and you all know Bitcoin leads the market. When Bitcoin is up, everything goes up. When Bitcoin is down, everything goes down. So we recently seen a very decent recovery on meme coins and altcoins as well, all crypto altcoins. And especially here on Pepe, it seems like we might actually be looking at a low finally, right? If we look at this massive weekly chart, or like this wick on the weekly candle, it looks like we actually have now a low possibly, right? And we've done that higher high, higher low kind of structure, right? It seems like we've done it, and we could still see finally the breakout. Now this all comes down to Bitcoin. So the only thing I'm looking at right now is Bitcoin. The things I'm holding, the coins I'm holding, I'm just holding. I did accumulate more in the dips. I did buy more from high caps to lower caps. I just bought everything that I wanted to buy. This was a very, very massive dip. As you can see, guys, everybody, or at least smart money, is doing the same, right? They're not freaking out. We're seeing like Bitcoin whales stepping in, and we're seeing through these charts here, this on-chain charts on Bitcoin, and this also is reflected on meme coins, on altcoins. Everybody's buying those right now, or at least smart money people that know what they're doing. Now for altcoins and meme coins to pump, right? Whatever meme coin you have, whatever altcoin you have, it all depends on Bitcoin. You've seen it now, right? You've seen it how it plays. Really, it really depends on Bitcoin doing something. And Bitcoin now is here. It's at 57K, and what we really need Bitcoin to do now, guys, is keep going up. But what I do think is gonna happen is we're gonna see a bit more ranging, maybe another retest here, and then a push to the upside, right? Why is that? Because after a massive move, usually Bitcoin ranges, right? And this is also local. This is on local time frames when you're going down, like on the daily like that, and when you have a channel, when you have a massive move, you have a range, even to the upside or the downside. When we have this massive move, we had some ranging, right? And then massive move down, and then ranging, and then up again, a little bit of ranging, and then down. But this was more aggressive, so I do think we're gonna accumulate a bit longer here. This also could send meme coins, altcoins up, right? This could send our coins, or at least give a chance to our coins to rally slowly, build up that greed here. The thing is, the plan remains the same: buying the dip on strong narratives, strong meme coins and strong altcoins, and waiting, right? Patience is key, right? When it comes to this market, we want to be patient and waiting, right? So I'm gonna show you this, guys, why I do still think the major altcoin season is still coming. And if we add that Bitcoin dominance, which basically, guys, shows you, are we on a bull market or in a bear market, and especially when it comes to altcoins, right? So when you put that Bitcoin dominance, and you see that whenever Bitcoin dominance is higher, right? Whenever Bitcoin dominance is rallying with Bitcoin, which is 2019, remember that's what we compared now, 2019 with where we are at right now, which is like everything is pointing towards it right now. That's we are at the same place right now. So if you look at that Bitcoin dominance, which shows you if altcoins are doing good or not good against Bitcoin, and you see when it's pumping with Bitcoin, which is 2019, we had a kind of like the same thing right now. This was not a bull market. Like you see, that's not a bull. We've seen this 2019 rally, right? And we've seen that ranging. We did have a lot of altcoin DeFi and stuff like that pumping, and everything was looking the same like today. But when you look at 2017, which was a bull market, you see that the Bitcoin dominance around here, around the beginning, January 2017, had a huge collapse while Bitcoin was going up. This means that altcoins were also pumping, and which means Bitcoin reached a price. So this was also around Bitcoin breaking its previous all-time high, or whatever people need to believe that we are in a bull market. And when altcoins are pumping, this means that people or the crowd, everybody believes that we are in a bull market. That's why they start buying heavily altcoins. You see this massive dump on the Bitcoin dominance, which means people are not buying as much Bitcoin as they are buying altcoins. And that means we're in a massive bull market. That means whatever you buy pumps. That's the time where you see Shiba Inu, or when you've seen Shiba Inu back in the days going to crazy numbers, $50 billion in its market cap in few weeks, right? And Dogecoin pumping, and we had those massive runners. And back in 2017, you also had XRP, Litecoin, and stuff like that doing those crazy numbers. And you can see now when in 2019, Bitcoin rallied with the Bitcoin dominance, nothing happened. But as soon as Bitcoin broke again above previous all-time high, right? Bitcoin dominance started collapsing, and then we had that massive run up. This was a bull market, and this as well lasted only 3 to 4 months. It didn't last long. That's why I say when this thing is gonna start, it's not gonna give you enough time to buy, right? It's not gonna be the right time to be buying, and it's gonna be very quick, and it's only 4 months, and then you have to wait 4 more years. That's what we are on right now, right? You are still waiting. So Bitcoin dominance collapsed, Bitcoin kept going up. This means people got convinced that we are on a bull market, so let's go ahead and start buying altcoins. And now again, guys, 2023 and 2024, you see that the Bitcoin dominance has been rallying with Bitcoin, the exact same thing like in 2019. So this just tells me that we're not in a bull market, or this is not a bull market, right? Not a bull market. Bitcoin dominance with Bitcoin, it's not a bull market. Look at 2021, right? Bitcoin dominance going down, Bitcoin going up. Here, 2017, Bitcoin dominance going down, Bitcoin going up, bull market, right? 2019, Bitcoin going up, Bitcoin dominance going up, not a bull market, which means we're not in that moment where we see just up only. Things are just going up, because people don't like red candles for some reason, but we haven't yet reached that moment of the actual bull market. So when that happens, we need to see Bitcoin reaching a price. That's what I've been saying, like we need Bitcoin to reach a price, like a certain price where people are gonna believe, right? So people still don't believe this is an actual bull market. They don't do that. They still don't believe it, right? So we need Bitcoin to reach a price. We did see Bitcoin breaking its previous all-time high, but we did not see a breakdown of the Bitcoin dominance, which usually happens when we break previous all-time highs. It happens twice, right? It happened in 2017. When Bitcoin breaks all-time high, we see the breakdown, right? Like here, 2013 all-time high broken here, and then we seen Bitcoin dominance dumping hard, right? And then again, 2019, 2020, as soon as Bitcoin broke above its previous 20K all-time high, 2017 all-time high, we seen Bitcoin dominance collapsing. So here it did not happen, right? People did not believe it. We're still having, we have a lot of these spaghetti hands and disbelievers still, or maybe the whole economy is not doing well enough for people to actually start buying altcoins, right? Or believe enough. So we need Bitcoin to actually reach that price. Maybe it's gonna be 80K, right? Maybe it's gonna be just 74K. Maybe the actual all-time high now is 74K and we just need to break and go to 75K, 76K and sustain and hold, and then we're gonna see the Bitcoin dominance going down, and that's when the actual bull market is gonna start. If you bought in 2023, you already done a lot of 100x's, but if you bought the top in 2024, you are still down, or you haven't seen any gains yet, no 100x's or even not a 2x, right? You haven't seen that. So what you need to know is as soon as this Bitcoin dominance drops, this is when we see the actual moonshots, right? Like everywhere, you've seen pumps everywhere. Things start to rally out of nowhere. Like if we add here, we add Dogecoin, right? You start to see that Dogecoin was dormant when the bull market started, where this actual band here is. You've seen a massive spike on Dogecoin. Or if you add Shiba Inu, right? From its low to its high, and you see we out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere, Shiba Inu started rallying, right? It started rallying here. It got listed on Binance, then dropped, then made another high, all right? And that's when the actual thing starts. And you see that before that, Bitcoin was pumping, right? Bitcoin was pumping. We had a lot of DeFi and stuff happening, but nothing really major happened in the market. We did not see any 100x's or 50x's. We did not see any of that until the actual bull market was confirmed. So people do still need to confirm that there is a bull market, and the actual best time to be buying is now. The best time to buy for the 2021 bull market was here, and the best time to be buying for that 2025 bull market is now, right? If you did not in 2023. And as soon as that actual bull market is gonna start with the Bitcoin dominance going down, right? That's when we're gonna start to see the actual winners of this cycle playing out, right? Like the narratives that I've been talking about. Like I do think Pepe still got that in it, right? It's still gonna rally, and this is when we're gonna see it possibly going to that 50 billion even more, right? And flipping Shiba Inu, it's still on the table, right? Flipping Shiba Inu, and we're gonna see all these coins. Possibly we're gonna see Dog We've Had doing something amazing as well on Solana. BONK, right? These two are the strongest on Solana. You got Floki. Now you got Breton Base still kind of establishing itself on the base chain and the whole base chain narrative and stuff like that. Still a very nice recovery, right? It went down a lot, but it recovered now. Most of these top meme coins and their narratives are still gonna play out, right? Because now it's pretty much set in stone what's gonna happen in the market. We're seeing now these coins surviving. Now every coin that has survived this dip now has shown that they are gonna stay around, right? They're not gonna move much, right? And this is usually when people pick up those narratives before the actual bull market. The same way if you picked up Dogecoin and stuff like that, anything that you picked up here, especially here we have ETH killers. So if you picked up Cardano, Avalanche, stuff like that, you've done pretty well in the 2021 bull market. And all these narratives, they were playing out here besides DeFi, right? Even though DeFi played out Uniswap, PancakeSwap and stuff like that, but mostly ETH killers. If you picked up that narrative and that narrative alone, you would have made a lot of money. The same way now, I do think meme coins are gonna be that narrative, right? As I still do believe that. Now meme coins are gonna stay here and they are gonna be the biggest winners, right? No matter what. I do think now people forget that now the market is maturing and the market is understanding, look, I don't care what the utility coin is. all dump when the market dumps, right? And you see this in this suite. They all dump when the market dumps, and they don't pump as much when the market pump, right? So you see this Ondo down 65%, and we have Pepe down 63% from its all-time high. Like, it's Pepe is down less than Ondo, and we have WIF down 75%, and WIF is back, right? You have Tau, which everybody's freaking about, right? Down 75% from its all-time high. Injective down 73%. In fact, Injective did not pump at all in 2024. I got into this very early in 2023, which with the Fetch AI, which both of them did not pump at all in 2024. They just been going down, right? And most of these are actually utility coins, right? They did not do well in 2024, but meme coins did well, right? So I'm going to show you here. This is Fetch AI, right? It did like a 30-40x. The top happened in March 2024, and since then it has not pumped at all, and it just kept going down and bleeding, right? Keep in mind, I made 40x on this coin. I should love it, right? I should thank it. Thank you, Fetch AI. But just to show you, right, narratives that played out might not play out again, right? You see it's down and did not pump, or has not pumped the whole time, the whole 2024. And if we look at Injective as well, it did not pump the whole of 2024. So this top happened in January 2024. That's it. It rallied the whole 2023, and in fact I started buying this, right, at this accumulation here, because that was a strong coin back in the days, and I picked up, some people picked it up as well on Twitter, and Twitter was very quiet in 2022. There was just a few of us, and everybody was like, guys, we should start buying Injective. We all started buying Injective basically, and Injective pumped, right? It also did a 40x, guys, right? A 40x, or almost like it did a 30x, 32x, 33x, and it did not pump at all in 2024 at all, right? Now it could still pull another 2-3x from here, but you can see the weakness, right? And there is something as well called Beam, which everybody swears about, topped March 2024 and has not pumped at all since then, right? And it's just kept going bleeding. So what did pump all this time? Well, look at Pepe now. If we look at Pepe, Pepe kept pumping, right? Pepe rallied February, March. So this was also the time when everything was pumping, right? It was the peak hype, Bitcoin at 74K. We had a very major, massive altcoin season across the board. But then when Injective, Fetch AI, Beam, all this RNDR, all this craziness was going down, Pepe pulled another all-time high, a new all-time high, right? And now it seems like it's bottomed, as John shown you, and it might again put an all-time high, right? So what this tells me, right, basically, like to summarize this, meme coins are gonna be the biggest gainers, and this is a narrative that's gonna stay. And if I'm expecting a bull market to come and I want to make the 100x's and stuff, I want my portfolio to be heavily meme coins, right? I don't care what utility and what people are saying about meme coins, and meme coins are bad for the space, and but the data is showing, I believe my eyes, right? The data is showing meme coins are outperforming by far. They're outperforming, right? And the fact that I'm saying this, and it feels weird that I'm saying it, and it feels like what this guy is talking about, meme coins are bad for the space, meme coins are not gonna pump. The fact that this is still a controversial topic to talk about, to say that meme coins are gonna be the biggest gainers, just tells me that the majority of the market still don't believe that, and we're gonna keep going higher. Like the biggest pain here is meme coins pulling all-time highs all the time and doing 100x's, and XRP and Cardano and stuff like that are barely back to their all-time high, right? That's mass pain. That's max pain, literally. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Now, as usual, guys, this is gonna keep ranging. At some point, we're gonna see the actual breakout, and that's gonna start the actual season, the actual bull market. And this is the time where you wanna be buying the dips, right? Waiting for dips and buying the dips. And when things go up, when Bitcoin goes up, don't freak out. Don't think that's it, that's the breakout. And when it goes down, don't freak out and think that's it, it's the breakdown. It's gonna keep ranging, right? Until we actually get a very strong break to the upside. Then like a weekly candle at around 80K or something, 78K or something like that, closing there, that's gonna be it, right? The signal, that's it, it's the bull market. Do you want to wait until that happens and then start buying, or do you want to do it now before that happens? That's the question, right? So I'll leave you with that, and thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.